Hi guys, it's Friday. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Friday. Finally getting that back at that grocery store. I'm back in Mennonite country. I'm back at No Frills here in a small town located not too far from where I am. And I have a bit of a grocery list. There's a couple things I want to do. I'm not actually looking for anything, it's a super deal so that I can put something down because I got certain things I want to make and I want to do. So I'm looking for the ingredients for that. But I also want to check out the cost, the price of coffee. I woke up this morning, I had a couple of videos in my feed about the cost of coffee in the United States. Put a comment down below if you're from the States, if the coffee has really affected you. I guess the tariffs, Trump put some tariffs on Brazil, so that's really affected the cost of coffee in the good old United States. I want to see what the price of coffee here is in Canada, and we'll get back to you. So let's go on into No Frills and let's find out what's going on in there. Okay, today I'm looking for an orange. I need one orange for something I'm going to do. Product of South America, oranges. So I want to buy one with a nice hard skin. There we go, just one. This bread here is all from a local bakery. So we're going to give that a shot. We're after a hunk of ginger, $2.99. Product of China. I'm just going to grab some garlic here. Also product of China. This is what I really wanted, onions. Product of USA. I very rarely find onions that aren't product of USA. Product of USA. So, something of red onions. I was hoping for a bigger bag. And I find that quite expensive for such a small bag. Okay. Who buys more peanut butter than me? Look at this, guys. That's $4.50. It says it's a flyer feature. That stuff is $4.50 all the time. That's where they get you. They tell you, they may act like it's on sale and it's not. And the reason I know, because all I do is buy this peanut butter. I'm waiting for it to actually come on sale. And then I'm going to stock up. Okay. $14. This is the cheap coffee. $14. This is the coffee I normally buy to make the iced coffee. That is expensive. And that has gone up in price. 100%. I'm sure it used to be like $9. I wished I'd documented this before. Because I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure. It used to be $9. Here's the expensive coffee. Oh, McCafe. You want McDonald's coffee? Look how much it's going to cost you. Here, $21.99 for this President's Choice. $26.99 for some Starbucks. And that's a slightly smaller bag than this, but not much. $10.99 for, a little more than a third. I don't actually drink coffee, so I'm not the one that pays attention to this. I actually never even buy it. Like, these are the pods. $24.99 for some Starbucks. Let me know in the comments below if this is a normal price, guys, or if this has gone up. Tim Hortons, apparently, in-store feature. It's on sale for $24. Here's the cheap stuff, 102 pods for $38.99. Let me know how that compares, guys. Let me know. So $5 chicken breast. Oh, a turkey breast. $5. 150 grams. 200 grams. So chicken is cheaper than turkey. $5 for 200 grams. All right, guys, here we are back at the kitchen table. This is what running in for a few things of groceries looks like. And it's also a $52 price tag for a few things. This is kind of why it's really important for us to get a budget and stick to the budget and do our weekly grocery shopping within that budget and to buy whatever we need within that budget and to plan ahead and think about that and to be looking for things that are on sale, because when we do a quick run out to grab a few things that we need for stuff we're doing, this is what happens. Now, granted, some of this stuff here, like I'm in a little bit of a different category because I'm making YouTube videos. So, I mean, I'm buying stuff particularly for those YouTube videos, which I wouldn't particularly, be buying. I ran out of peanut butter. The next square I have to make needs peanut butter, and I used every last drop of peanut butter that I had to make this peanut butter cake for the girls' camp. So, one of the things that instigated this grocery trip was that I didn't have what I needed to make my square video. So I had to go get this peanut butter, and I had to I bought a great big one, and this was $9. And I find that just costly. I mean, peanut butter never used to be $9 for this size, but it does come on sale. Like in the past, it's come on sale for ridiculously cheap prices. So I've got my finger crossed, and I'm going to be waiting for this stuff to come on sale somewhere, somehow. Maybe back to school. Like peanut butter is a back to school thing. So maybe, the grocery stores will put it on a big sale. And when that happens, I'm going to go and I'm going to fill my cart. I'm going to buy like $50 worth of peanut butter. It lasts a long time. I'll put it on the shelf and then I'll have it. And that's what I'm going to do, mainly because I'm using a lot of peanut butter because I'm doing these squares. And I don't begrudge doing the squares for the videos. And because I'm doing the YouTube videos, but B, I'm filling my freezer too. Like it's beneficial to me. So now every time somebody comes over, whoop, out comes the treats. And people are going to really look forward to coming over. Like I go over to Mandy's, the treats are going to come out. Yoo-hoo. And good treats too, homemade ones. No 2-bite brownies at Mandy's house, They'll be excited about that. So that was, like I said, $52 for a handful of things. One orange, guys. One orange. I'm going to make a cranberry chutney because all this stuff was bought for a particular purpose. I have company coming, I got friends coming, and I'm going to put on an English tea for them. So of course, when you start, designing a particular menu, then there's things that you need. And I was going to make a cranberry chutney to put on a turkey meat little tea sandwich. So that's what the onions were for. Again, I paid $5.69 for this 3 pounds of onions. The reason I find that too pricey is because I buy my onions 10 pounds at a time for a lot less than that. So that's why I buy bulk. So, I'm annoyed at myself that I bought that. I also had to buy some ginger. I don't care about that because ginger is ginger and it is what it is. And that's for my chutney too. This was an impulse purchase, mainly because I did those chickpeas. And I didn't have any brand new wide mouth lids. I have tons of regular mouth lid jars. I don't have any large mouth lids. So consequently, I had to use used lids when I did the chickpeas, when I did the hummus. And one jar of hummus did not seal because they were used lids. So that really burns me when that happens. So I thought I better, take a dive and buy some of these. These are $8, $7.99. I'm like, that's a little costly, and the other lids I get at the dollar store, so they're not so bad. And so every time I go into a dollar store, I just grab a bunch, but they don't sell the largemouth ones. So that's something to remember when I'm using my lids to, maybe stay away from the largemouth. Although the hummus needs to be in a largemouth because then it's just easy to grind, to blend up it right in the jar. If you watch the video, you saw that. So that was $8, that went into this quick purchase. And I also noticed that's the standard price. After that I was in home hardware, and I was in Canadian Tire. And I looked at their lids to see what the price was, and they were all the same price. So that's that. Just a little thing of garlic. Usually I buy this garlic in bulk again, and I crush it and put it in oil myself. But I like to have a little bit of whole garlic to throw cloves into jars, like when I'm fermenting pickles and stuff. And I run out. Like when I was roasting that garlic for the hummus, I used the last of the garlic that I had. This was only 99 cents, so that's not a big deal. Lunch meat, crazy price. This is 175 grams. It was actually only $3.50, so it wasn't so bad. This is probably the cheapest lunch meat you're ever going to find. This tiny little thing of Havarti cheese, $5. The reason I bought these things was because I'm having that tea, and although the tea is a little bit off, I wanted to make not my sandwiches in advance. I want to make up some sandwiches so that I can taste test them for what I want to serve, because I have this idea to do this cranberry chutney with the turkey and the cheese on it's tea sandwiches. So I even bought the bread. I bought bread, this bread was $4. This is from a local bakery, the local bakery that's there in the town, and I want to try it out to see if I'm going to use this bread for my tea. I don't know if I will or not, because it's very, very important when you're serving a tea and you're serving finger sandwiches that the bread is fresh and good. So, I didn't want to just have your average Wonder Bread. So I'm going to give this bread a try this week to see how much I like it before I make a decision on that. So when I go out to get the stuff for the tea, I'm not, I don't know, I guess left unawares. I like to know what I'm buying in advance for when I'm serving something special. So and $3.50 because it was on sale, and a watermelon for $3.50. Oh, and these $5 pretzels. This was an impulse buy, just because I made all that hummus and I thought I need something to eat with it. I got to eat it up. I made it and put it in the fridge. Something I would not normally buy. I would buy it for guests and for a party, but on a day-to-day basis, I would not splurge on something like that. I think when we get down the line, I'm going to figure out how to, I want to get into my sourdough. I've done sourdough before. I just haven't got my kitchen to the place that I feel like I can set up a sourdough and keep it going, because you can make some beautiful sourdough cookies, crackers, and really cheap too, right? Once you get in your rhythm, you got your rhythm going, and then that would avoid spending $5 on that kind of thing. So this is it, guys, $52. This is all buying, I guess, without preparation. That's what happens. And if we do this on a regular basis, that's when we get ourselves into trouble. Like I used to say, we need milk, stop at the grocery store, and then I would say milk just cost me $70. Because I bought milk, and then somehow, oh, we need this, this, and this. And you pick up these random things and you get to the checkout and it's $70. I'm just like, yeah, that milk just cost us $70. Those are the trips to the grocery store you need to, and maybe if I was more careful with my money and I was more worried about it, I would have found in my pantry to make things do, instead of being particular, like having to have this orange and having to have these red onions. I'm making onion jam. I'm going to make a ham and cheese with an onion jam, and I'm going to make a turkey and cheese with a cranberry chutney. 2 savory tea sandwiches. So I want to be prepared and make sure they actually taste good, right? I don't want to leave this last minute. So I'm going to do it up in advance, make sure it all works. The cranberry chutney is going to be out of my head, just an idea. The onion jam or onion marmalade, whatever you want to call it, I've made that before. Delicious, absolutely delicious. And I wished I had bought more onions. Like if I'd had a bigger bag, but they didn't even have a bigger bag option. Because I would have made a whole bunch and put it in little jars to give to people. It would make a beautiful gift because you're not ever going to get stuff like that off a grocery store shelf. Onion marmalade, never going to see it in a million years, guys. And it's mwah, that's why they charge so much money for teas. Afternoon tea. If you go to an afternoon tea place, the cheapest I've ever seen it is $39 a person. Most expensive, $150 a person. Crazy, crazy. They had do an afternoon tea in Disney. It's like $160 a person. Crazy. I watched the videos of it, and well, when I do my tea, I'm going to show you what is served in an afternoon tea, and you're going to go, you pay that much money for that? It seems like next to nothing. It's like little tiny finger foods. But anyway, guys, that's it for today. Let's get our budget going. Let's get back to our budget and let's stop the random trips to the grocery store. $52. $52, stick to our budget and work around our budget. That's how we save money and keep the prices down. We don't save money by doing this. Bad example from Mandy this week, guys. Bad example. But anyway, I just want to get back into the grocery store and show you what's been going on. This is what's been going on when I don't do my $100 grocery store shopping. I do this, $70 bags of milk. That's what I do. Run to the store. Okay, guys, God bless. We'll see you next time on Back to Basics with Mandy. Hope you have a good week and a good day. Bye-bye, guys. See you next time.